Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back. How are you guys? I am very good. Thank you all. Okay, let's see what we have today. Let's hope today is an eventful one. Okay, we're gonna start. We're gonna start to do some analysis first. We start from Euro USD and all the way down to the last one to see which one is giving us a better setup. First of all, we clean the charts and we start fresh. Yesterday, EU had a big bullish run to the upside. And as you can see, we broke this big daily resistance. Finally, we are above that. Great to see this. It took too long. Now, what about daily break and retest? But first, we need to go to the 4-hour and see if it does match with our zone. What do we see here? So the daily support is right here, but on the 4-hour looks like it's on the middle of these candles. So we have another small minor zone here. Now, looks like the first retest was already done and the move was already done. So what we can do is you just can't wait for price to test this zone first, then continuation, which is a daily zone too. But for the 4-hour level here, I think the move was already done. You can see the breakout here, you can see the retest and the move to the upside. Now rejected 2 times on the 4-hour, created a small minor zone here. We'll have to wait and see if it does come lower for a retest. So I think for now EU doesn't have a setup. Yeah, so for now I think EU doesn't have a setup. What about EJ? So yesterday we didn't take this break and retest just because price was coming from this resistance, and today or last night price went above that, came for retest. Looks like this 4-hour was the kind of retest, but the previous 4-hour candle was not closed that good. So what can we do here? Let's go to the 1-hour and see what's happening. Okay, so on the 1-hour we can see clearly this resistance, right? So what happened here? Price got rejected 3 times, made a breakout, made a retest, continuation, came for a second time, got rejected first, twice, the third one closed below. Now if this candle closes above, small retest and continuation I think would be very nice here. So we're gonna wait for that. Since the 4-hour is not that clear, even though it didn't close below this, it didn't close below the support, still we can say it's staying above that. But now we missed the move, and what we can do is just to wait for the 1 hour to give us a confirmation. And once the 1 hour closes above this, I think we can have some good longs here. Can have a good setup for longs. And let me see how many pips we have the range. Yeah, we have a 20 pip range. I think would be enough for us. A quick move to the upside. But first we gotta wait for a breakout. We have to wait for a breakout. Except for that, I don't see anything else here. Euro AUD. Euro AUD, I think it's gonna push up based on the daily. I saw the daily before, and this zone is very strong. This zone is very strong. I think this is the retest. Even though price is coming from another zone, I still think price is going to reject this, at least another 50 pips maybe to the upside. But I don't see this going all the way down in this strong zone. I think it's going to be a problem to break this. So even though we already had rejections, but I still think it can't just break like that. It's going to take some time. EA is going to take some time. I think we're going to have some rejections. After this breakout on the daily, we didn't have a retest, right? So this should be the retest now for EA to continue up. But like I said, we have zones on the top where price is coming from. We have strong support here, so we'll have to wait and see. I think for us it's going to be a bit hard to decide where we want to enter, but I hope 1 hour gives us a chance. So on the 1 hour we have support here. Let's see, maybe if we close above this, a retest and continuation to the upside, we would also have the confirmation of a daily retest here, so it would be a pretty good setup. But unless we break this, I think there's no trade for us here. We're in this middle range here, in the middle of this small range. So unless we break above here, there's no trade yet. Let's wait and see. Daily tells me that this should go bullish. Just a retest on the daily. So I'm gonna wait and see. We have plenty of time. Let's go to UJ. What about UJ? So UJ created a small resistance yesterday here. And we took a small trade before the news. It didn't go that much, only 5-6 pips. And the news came after, price broke to the downside. What happened after? Price still having problems of breaking this zone. Somebody can say we have a head and shoulders, expecting that. Okay, so I think this is also a 4-hour zone. So if we wait for a break above this, I think it can give us a nice chance here. But we're gonna wait for the 1 hour because God knows what the 4 hour is going to break. But once the 1 hour closes above, we can see a nice move to the upside. Even though the ranges on UJ are very small, but we can aim for 10 pips at least to fill this next range. So let's wait and see. USD JPY, this is the plan on USD JPY. We move on to USD CAD. First we clean the charts. Always clean the charts, start fresh. Okay, so let's take a look at the daily. Daily's been having problems to break this for a few days now. We had a lot of tries to close above, but none of them worked out. Even the last one yesterday, we had a bullish run, no breakout, still closed below, and now price got rejected. But what can we do from this rejection? Let's go to the lower time frames. Let's go to the 4 hour now. 4 hour, what about 4 hours? So we got closed below this. We had a good break below. Looks like this was the smallest the retest, even though it didn't came all the way up where we would want, but still close below. We can count this as a retest. But where can we enter here? We go on the 1 hour because we need to find a minor zone. So when we have a break, we can enter. At this moment here, I think this is not enough, but if we look back a few candles back, we can see that we have a zone here, but it's still, there's plenty of pips until there, like a 20 pip range, but honestly I don't see a better setup than taking it from this zone here. So unless price comes all the way down here, makes a retest and continuation, I don't see a trade on USD CAD, because we don't really have a good zone here. Until here you can see all these rejections. So unless you have a zone like this, you can't trade, you can take a trade based on it. So we just have a rejection here, or maybe unless we make a few rejections here, we make sure that it's a good support to take a trade on, then yes. But for now, only good support that I see is this one. So unless we break this retest and continuation, there's no trade for me. Okay, let's see. So USD CAD, no trade for now. What about GBP USD? We go on the daily. Daily got rejected from this daily zone and closed all the way up. Can't say it closed bullish because it didn't, but almost there. I think daily is not telling us that much, so we go on the 4 hour. 4 hour is currently at this resistance. What can we do is wait for a break above. Can wait for a break above. Let's see. Jacob, I think the voice is perfect. I don't see a problem. So let's see, the 1 hour resistance is right here, and if we get a close above a retest, we can clearly continue to the next zone here, and I think it's a pretty decent resistance. So let's wait and see if we do get the break above a retest, and continuation would be perfect. But what about this zone here? So price needs to stay here before reaching the next zone, makes a retest, and then going to the next zone. Because if price goes all the way up here, then comes for retest, that's when the trade is risky. But if price stays here, makes a retest, then continuation, that would be the best we can wait here. But we need price to stay around here a while, not to go to the next zone, because trade would not be valid anymore. I can't say it wouldn't be valid, but definitely would be more risky. So looks like all we're gonna need is a break, because we have plenty of setups. Aussie dollar finally broke out of this consolidation. Can we say we could enter here? We can, but to be realistic, it's only a 3-pip breakout. I don't know if I would take this. I'm not sure. Now, if this candle closes like this, that's a clean breakout. That's a clean breakout. But this one was only 2-3 pips, so not enough, I think. NZDUSD, don't want to trade NZDUSD. I don't see enough confirmations around there. We need a good clean setup. Euro NZD. Take a look at the daily. Okay, so Euro NZD looks like it's gonna make a daily retest. But how far it's gonna come, we don't know that. We see that most of the candles got rejected from the same level. This looks like only a small fake out. Then this candle closed back in the range, made a retest and continuation. Now we have a clean break above, and price is exactly at the same level. But there's a small chance that price can come lower. So entering now would be too early. We would have a 30 pip range that price could possibly come to for making a deeper retest. So what can I say is that we need to go to the 1 hour and find an entry. If price decides to reject the zone, we're going to go on the 1 hour and see how price reacts. Maybe a break above this would give us a chance of going bullish. A break above, a small retest and continuation to fill this range to the upside. That's what I think. It's a small resistance, but as you can see before what happened, we got 2-3 rejections. Price closed above here, made a small retest and continuation, and when price came down, closed below, you can see this bearish candle, made a retest and continuation. So you can expect the same. If price closes above, a small retest and continuation to the upside would be very good and easy. What strategy? I do break and retest only. Break and retest. I wait for a breakout of a resistance or support, then I enter on the retest of that broken zone. Very easy. Okay, now we're gonna have just to wait. Okay, first we also have GJ. Let's see. What about GJ? I see on GJ that we have a small resistance here. Price got rejected first. Second time now, it's trying to break. Not the first one I can say. 1, 2, 3. We have 4 or 5 candles rejecting the zone. And we look on the left, we have the same candles rejecting the same zone. See what happened last time when price broke below? Made a retest here. And look at the move it did. So we can expect the same thing again. If we do have a good close above, a retest and continuation to the upside would be perfect. So same thing here, we need a breakout. Once we had a breakout, we have some nice range to fill to the upside. See, until the next zone we have around 25 pips. This looks like the next zone here. After that we have another 10-20 pips. Yeah, we have another 20 pips. So from a zone to the next zone. Let's wait for this candle to close. Once it does, a retest and continuation. I think for now there's no retest happening. So we just have to wait for a breakout. If you guys have any charts to review, send the link. I can review them and give my opinion. If you have any plans taking a trade, send a chart and we can go through it. No, I'm not doing New York session today. London session. Because London session is my usual stream. I did New York session yesterday because we missed London. What do you think about GBP Usd? I will think when you send me a chart. When I see your chart, I'll give you my opinion. I think that would be the best. I think GCAT is gonna continue up. Looks like it. I was waiting for a retest yesterday, but looks like it happened during Asian, so I missed it. But it might give us a chance of this minor zone if it does close above. Let's wait and see. But the thing is, we have 30 minutes until the candle closes, so we can have massive moves until then. And lately GBP hasn't been giving us a retest on London session, because yesterday we got one on GBP USD. It was an epic trade. Okay, just a second. Looking for something. Yeah, I'll answer your questions in a minute. Just give me a minute. Okay. We have a question. Don't the market makers do false breakouts that go the opposite way, please? I don't think so. They don't play with small fakeouts. Fakeouts happened for some reason. And if you've seen me before talking about fakeouts, you have to know the first reason that fakeouts can happen. It's not just about market makers or something like that. They don't trade with candles. They don't use candles like us. Candles are for our retail traders. They don't look at candles and say, oh, we got a breakout. There are different ways. Sometimes it doesn't retest and continue. What should we do in this case? If it doesn't retest, then you should just go and find another setup that does a retest. Because if you don't have a retest, there's no trade. And it's not necessary to stay in that pair to find a setup. If it doesn't give you a retest, then done. You can go and wait for another pair to break. So UJ, we said that we want to break above that. But it's rejecting now to the downside. We have a small consolidation box here. If we break this, we might have a chance of sells too. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Okay, let's take a look at chart here. What trading book have you aspired? I never read a trading book, so I can't tell you this or this is better. Okay, Erman, I think this prediction of yours is pretty just basic. What makes you think price is going to reject that zone and it's going to come all the way down? What's going to be your confirmation? What's going to be your entry, your stop loss, your everything? We need more details. This is not enough just 2 arrows to the downside. What does that mean? We need more details. We need more confirmation. We need a reason behind this arrow. Okay, let's take a look at this other chart. GBP CAD 1 hour time frame, 4 hour resistance, waiting for a breakout or retest continuation. Okay, so I just talked about GBP CAD. Let's take another look. So you are waiting for this zone to break. It's a 4 hour resistance too. Okay, let's take a look at the 4 hour. Okay, you are right, this is a 4 hour resistance. What about this zone that GBP CAD created a few hours earlier? We have plenty of rejections. Now, if price is going to continue and break above this, going to expect a retest and continuation. What if price comes deeper for a retest of this zone 2? Is that a possibility? Yes, it is. So in this case, what you can do is if we do have a good break above, then price comes for retest. You have how many pips? You have a 10 pips range in between these two zones. What you can do is you can wait for a retest. When it comes for a retest, you don't enter everything here. Let's say you enter half here and you wait for price to come deeper. If it does, you enter another half in the middle of the zone. And stop loss should be all the way below the previous, below this candle. If this is going to be the breakout candle, means that stop loss is going to be just below the breakout candle and below this support and this support. So the chance of coming deeper for retest are there. But if that's going to happen, I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. That's my only concern on GCAT. That price can come deeper for retest because it created this zone too. And it makes me a bit uncomfortable if I would take this and not consider that price might come deeper for making that retest on this zone. That's all that bothers me. Except for that, it looks pretty good. I think GJ is very clean. Let's see if we're gonna get a break and retest here. GU has a good breakout. Not yet. Not yet. Until you see a candle close, there's no breakout. Yes, and yeah, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the news. Hello, John. Hello. Okay, let's take a look. What do we have today for the news? Okay, we have some Euro news in 1 hour, and we have a speech for GBP, but it looks like it's a medium one, no high impact. After the CAD news, it's 7 hours later. So we have 7 hours to trade CAD before the news. Okay, I think I'm gonna trade this news today. The CAD news. Why not? I think I'm gonna trade them. Since a high impact news, let's hope that it's gonna move a bit, the CAD pairs. So USD CAD is gonna be my main one. Okay, so for now, see, GBP has good news on most of the. Okay, so CPI was high impact. We had good result, better than expected. So there was good data, and we can expect GBP to continue up. Can expect that, but we need a retest for continuation. And I don't want this to go all the way to the next zone, then come for retest, because that would be uncomfortable and not that good. So we need a retest. We need price to stay here for a while until the 1 hour closes. Let's wait and see. Okay, Jacob sent a chart. Let's take a look. Jacob, we just talked about GCAD. It was like 5 minutes ago, not even 5 minutes. Talked about GCAD. Just go back 3-4 minutes and you can see the explanation, what I think about GCAD. Well, GJ most of the time used to do the retest, and if you go on the charts you can see the retest, but it just happened when we're not there. We can't say GJ doesn't make retest. You can see this support here, had a breakout, made a retest, continuation. Can't say there was no breakout. We made a breakout here, made a retest, continuation. What about this zone? We made a breakout, a retest, continuation. So you can't say it doesn't retest. It does, but most of the time we're not there to take it. See, we had a breakout, a retest, continuation. Price closed below, made a retest, continuation. I can find you 100 examples. It's not that it doesn't make retest, but you know, most of the time maybe it happens during Asian, or it happens early in London session and we don't catch it, but definitely does retest. So let's see if it's gonna make a retest today. We need to stay around here, then the retest and continuation, not reach this zone before the retest, because then we would have some problems. You have TradingView account to follow if you post some analysis? No, I don't. All the analyses are here for 3 hours, 4 hours long every day, so I don't think it's a TradingView account is needed. Send a chart, I'll give you my review in details. Okay, let's take a look at Ryan's chart. Ryan, if you follow me for a week or two, you have to know that I don't trade lower time frames, which means no lower than 1 hour. standard chart above 1 hour, because 30 minutes, I don't look at the 30 minutes at all. It's the same thing maybe. Why should I use 30 minutes when the 1 hour tells me everything? It's almost the same level, but I think you're waiting on the 30 minutes at this. I think it's not that safe, because which zone is stronger, that one here or this one, this 1 hour zone? I'm not saying that 30 minutes has something bad, but it's just I don't use them. I don't need them. Daniel, may I ask for your name? My name is Sad. So this Sad FX, I just added FX because I didn't think for a better name. My name is Saad, S-E-A-D. Yeah, if you find using lower time frames, if you find yourself on, if you find that you're better with using lower time frames, then why not? You can use them. But for me, I think I don't need them. I I used to trade lower time frames, but it just made a lot of things more complicated than needed. Do you cut losses early or allow the trade to play out? Depends. If I have signs that price might go on the opposite way of my trade, then why not cut the losses early? If there's no signs, then I shouldn't. How many pips do you aim for each trade? At least 20 pips most of the time. But there are times when we take 10 pips also, because it depends on the setup. Sometimes you have clean traffic on the left, sometimes you have to close earlier than 20 pips because you might have price reaching a new zone. Morning chart kun. Morning. Are you anyway affiliated with Wisdom Lie? I don't know how you mean, but we are good friends for a long time now. We are very good friends. Morning, Kevin. Have you entered this trade or are you patiently waiting for the retest? No, I haven't entered this because it's not, if you follow me for more than a day, you know that I wait for breakouts. Because every day I tell people that I wait for a breakout, then a retest. So I'm waiting for this to close, this candle, then gonna wait for the retest to enter. To wait and see. The Euro USD is about to fall, guys. To fall. Why Euro USD to fall? What tells you that? What confirmation do you have? Ryan, I've been trading for 4 years. Since 2016. EA is pushing, just like expected. Let's see if we do get a close above a small retest, and continuation would be very nice. After how long did you become profitable? It took me a year to find this strategy, and after the year I started to become profitable. Day by day, consistency just went higher and higher. Consistency started to come once I found out this strategy, this simple strategy. The most important thing is that the losses are always small and the wins are always bigger. Daniel, since I started these streams, we've took many trades and they were 99% of them break a retest. I mean, I think there was enough explanation behind them to tell you how the retest works. And I think it's a very simple thing. It just requires a lot of practice, backtesting, and experience on them. With experience, you can make it work pretty fast. Don't wait for confirmations on the retest, because the breakouts are my confirmation. Okay, I'm gonna enter some buys on EA now. Okay, I'm gonna enter some buys on EA now. So the thing about EA right now is the breakout is not the best. The breakout is not the best. We only have around 3 pips above. So that is the reason why I'm gonna use small risk here. I'm gonna use small risk, but the main confirmation for me is that price came from a daily zone. So this was a daily retest, and 1 hour pushed all the way up, got rejected twice from this daily support, managed to just close small pips above this, and I think price should continue up now. So let's wait and see. My stop loss is gonna be just below the breakout candle. So I'm counting this as the breakout, and this is the retest. So as you can see, I enter when price comes at the retest zone. I don't wait for confirmations. Now we have how many pips? We have 12 pips stop loss on EA, just below the breakout candle, and I'm expecting price to continue to the upside. So first target, I think most likely it's gonna be this one, because I see some rejections at this level, and that's a 25 pip range to fill. Then after that we can see another push to the upside, but that's gonna be the first target. So the main confirmation for me is this zone. This was a daily retest, and I said that we didn't cash daily making the retest, or it was pretty big range because the wicks were too big. So we decided to wait for the 1 hour to reject and break this minus zone, then a retest for continuation. And I think that's what happened here. I took buys on the retest, and let's wait for continuation. What about GJ? GJ is not a breakout. GJ is not a breakout because it didn't close above. This is like an indecision candle. It couldn't close good above. We need at least 10 pips close to take a break and retest, or 5 pips at least. But here it didn't close above, so there's no break and retest on GJ. There is a break and retest on Euro AUD. Small break and retest. Let's see now what's gonna happen. I expect continuation. The momentum on EA is pretty good. Bullish momentum. Now most likely it's gonna continue, at least make a new high above the previous candle. We have a 25 pips range to fill, so we're gonna see. After how many pips do you move to break even? It depends. It depends. If I have a zone coming up at 10 pips, then I'm gonna have to move at break even because we have a zone and there are chances that price might reject from that zone. So I need to protect my profits. Okay, EA is starting to show signs of rejections. Let's see, once it goes bullish, we need a small push to the upside. Let's wait and see. Okay, let me check. So Euro news are later on in 1 hour, so plenty of time. Let's wait and see, plenty of time. Guru 84. You didn't say anything, so I'm not ignoring you. You just said, can you see my writings? That's your only text I see here. You didn't write anything else. Okay, very nice push on EA. Let's see how far this is gonna go. We have 8 pips. Almost 10. So until we reach these wicks here that price got rejected, then I'll move my stop at break even and maybe secure some. That's what I think I'm gonna do. Okay, pretty nice. We have 10 pips, 11 pips. We need some more. Then we go to break even. Once price hits these wicks, there's a small chance that price might reject from there, so I'm gonna move my stop at break even once we hit these wicks. But still there's plenty of room to push to the upside. We have 13 pips. I think I'm gonna close only half. 13 pips, I'm gonna close half and just move my stop at break even. Did you know? If you don't like the stream, please, you have plenty of other streams. So you can go anywhere you like. If there's no music, then you can play music on your YouTube. Not here to play music, I'm here to trade. 13, we have another 2-3 pips. We have another 5 pips to make 20 pip move. Juru 84, no, I can't see your writings yet. Juru 84, no, Okay, so first trade was successful one. It was a successful one. I'm gonna move my stop at break even now. It's not about the pips, guys, it's just about the risk you use, because 10 pips, like I said before, can make you a lot of money if you use a bigger risk, let's say. But the only reason I'm moving my stop at break even, because I'm seeing these wicks that got rejected here, and I don't want the same thing that happened before to happen here. So better protect my profits. Let's see how far it's gonna go. Do you trade Bitcoin? No, I don't. Never traded Bitcoin, and I don't have any plans to trade Bitcoin. Do you trade NAS 100? No, I don't. I don't trade indexes. I have plenty of other pairs to trade. They need a lot more knowledge on fundamentals when you trade them. Other pairs to trade. They need a lot more knowledge on fundamentals when you trade them. They need a lot more fundamentals when you trade them. Okay guys, sorry for that. My voice was repeating itself. Yes, sorry about that. Sorry about that small mistake. Okay, now we're just gonna wait and see if EA is gonna push more or not. Waiting and waiting. Thank you a lot. Review USD JPY. I did, Andre. I did review USD JPY. Don't have to send the text 4 times. I can see it. Send a chart maybe better, and I can say what to look for. Like I said on UJ, we need a break below this. Once we break below, a retest and continuation to the downside. Breakout, retest, continuation. That's what we can wait on USD JPY. Other than that, I think there's no trade here. See how EA got rejected? See how it got rejected? This is the reason why I closed some of my positions at 13 pips. This is the reason, because we had these wicks, and look, when these wicks touch the zone, look at the move every time. Every time price came here, rejected pretty hard. Now, I expect the same. I expect that once it hits the zone, it's going to do the same, and I protect my profits. That's all. Now, whatever happens, I'm still going to make profits from this. So you don't trade breakout. What is this question? I say all day, every day, I trade break and retest. Now somebody says, so you don't trade breakouts. What's that? Maybe you're trolling me. This has a lot more potential to go to the upside. A lot more potential. See, it's a daily break and retest too. Can still continue. This just the process until it does. It might take some time. Yeah, long term, until the end of the day, EA can still push. We just might see some consolidation before it. But at the end, it still needs to push up. GCAT coming for retest. Okay, see what I said about GCAD? If you heard me before that, if price breaks above, there's a small chance that price might come for a retest to this zone too. See, that's what it's doing right now. That's what it's doing. But I think I'm gonna pass GCAD. I don't feel comfortable taking it since we have two zones in between. I'll just watch. Still holding half of my positions on EA, so not gonna take any trades for now. Do you cut losses early or allow the trade to play out? I cut losses early when I see signs that tell me to cut losses short. But most of the time, even if it's a loss, it's going to give you an option of making that loss very small. So it just depends from the setup. So even the losses will give you a way out. Are you in trade? We're almost done with it. Looks like you're a bit late. Looks like you're just a little bit late here. Martin Jail. Martin Jail. Jason, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I'm still in the trade, but my stop loss is at break even. So if you're looking to say, can I enter now? It's the second time, so I wouldn't suggest. But it's your own choice. You can enter if you want or not. Personally, I would say it's second time I wouldn't do it. Okay, it stopped me at break even now. It stopped me at break even, but still it was a good trade. Gave me 13 pips. Very nice. Still has way more room to go up, but it's gonna take some time. How trades do you take per day? I don't know. 1 to 3. Sometimes only 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 3 trades. So most of the time 1 to 3 trades. My lot size doesn't matter. It's up to you, it's up to your balance. What does my lot size matter? It doesn't matter at all. Good morning. Okay, we have a chart here. Let's take a look. Most likely it's going to be a wrong chart. I don't know. Let's see. Looks like something's missing. Yeah. Wrong chart. Shubham Singh. You have to send another chart because it's the wrong chart. How do you choose your entry after a retest? Sometimes the price consolidates. I just wait for the retest and I enter. If price gonna consolidate, then I'm gonna have to wait for the trade to play out. If price makes a retest and then it consolidates for a bit, then it's nothing wrong. Tawfiq Ahmad. EA is not a breaker retest to continue down. It's not, because you have to look at the daily. Look at the daily, and you're not going to think about sells on EA because it's a daily breaker retest. That's why I took this trade. This was a daily breaker retest. Price came, closed above this minor zone, made a retest, continuation. Gave me 13 pips. I closed most, moved my stop break even. Price came back down again and stopped my rest out at break even. So, still a win. And like I said before, it still has room to continue up. It's just a matter of time. It might take some time, but still. And now it's still pushing again. Looks pretty good. Hey Sad, I'm long on this and GBP AUD. Good for you. I wish you luck. Okay, Benjamin is here. Let's take a look at your chart, Benjamin. Yeah. I said about that on UJ. I'm waiting for the same thing. Waiting for a breakout. Once this candle closes below, a retest and continuation would be pretty good. We're just waiting for a breakout. I was long on EA, but I'm not now because it stopped me at break even. I only got around 13 pips. Only got 13 pips, as you can see on the left screen. Okay, let's take a look at this. Sorry, that page doesn't exist. The link you're sending is still wrong, Shubham. Why did he close? Because I got 13 pips and price was coming from the zone. So I wanted to protect my profits. I still won 13 pips, so it's all great. It can still push, it's all good, but I made my profits, so I'm pleased with that. Of course I would like to hold more, but there was reasons, like I said, why did I close. GBP AUD buys. So why are you buying GBP AUD? I guess you didn't wait for a retest, because if this was the support or resistance broken, this was the breakout, you need a retest for continuation. I think the idea is good, but you didn't have a retest here. And now if price comes from this zone to make a retest, it's going to be a rejection and might continue down, so it's more risky. I would say protect your profits. I think it moved at least 20 pips from what I see. Do you think we can take another entry when it breaks? Yeah, maybe you can take it. It's a good resistance. If we break this, yeah, we can take it. But we're gonna have to wait and see. wait and see. Okay, if you moved your stop at break even, then perfect. Okay, we have a spam here. Okay, let's see what we have next on the next hour. I think UJ is gonna give us a setup here, but it needs to stay around here, not go too far. Take a look at the 4 hour. Well, here we go again. Here we go again. We are also at 4 hour support, so it looks like it's not going to be valid to take it. USD JPY, because the range is too small. The range is very small. It's only 10 pips range, so looks like I'm not gonna recommend this trade, taking that trade. What about GU? GU, like I said before, shouldn't have touched the next zone before making the retest. Even if it did, still worked out. But now I think the best option is if we wait for price to break this. We already have 2 rejections, right? So I think once it breaks, a retest and continuation would be perfect. What's happening all these spam messages today? EA went pretty nice. Very nice. Almost 20 pips move now. Look, GCAD doesn't look very good to me. I feel like it can result in a fake out, so I'm not very sure about GCAD. Mavalux or Maverick, or I don't know. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, like I said, GCAD, I don't feel very comfortable. I mean, price came all the way up here almost. But I wouldn't feel very comfortable on this setup, to be honest. There are still chances it can continue up, but we're in between 2 zones, and every time this happens, it doesn't look too good to me. I would rather wait for another option. Okay, Ian. Yes, we were waiting for Euro NZD 2. Let's see, it might give us a good setup. Might give us a good setup. Let's wait. It's almost like EA. Almost the identical setup. If it does close above, the only thing is we have a small zone here that can cause us some problems maybe. The only problem is this, it can cause us small problems, except that I think it's pretty good. USD CAD still has that support coming up, so I wouldn't trust it. I think the best on CAD news, on CAD pairs, would be to wait for the news. Adrian, I'm good. How are you? Yeah, yesterday I was missing. I was absent. Okay, let's take a look at this chart. Okay, euro dollar. If price closes above, retest to continue up. That might work. That might work too, but I think I would feel more comfortable. But I would feel more comfortable if we would have more rejections at this level. Then I'll be enough confident to take it. Fokozani, I'm glad you made profits. Yes, EA went very nice. No, the New York session was only for yesterday, sorry. It was only for yesterday. I'm gonna be on London session daily, not New York session. Yeah, Benjamin, I think Nikolai, how to spell your name? Very nice, my brother, very nice. Benjamin, you have support here. I think this is not going to be enough. I think the best would be if we break below this, then a retest. That's what I think, but still you can do your own way, of course. Wow, Euro is pushing a lot. EA went perfect. 22 pips. Let's see if we do get a break above. We might get a chance, another chance. Okay, Shubham. I hope you finally sent a good trade. Okay, so you took a loss, right? You took a loss on GBP JPY. Why did you sell GBP JPY? You should have waited for a break above and a retest. So the breakout didn't happen. You just took sells based on this resistance, I guess. Strong weak rejection. Just because it got rejected doesn't mean that price is gonna drop. I think it's your mistake, and that's the reason I don't trade rejections or selling resistance, buying support, selling high, buying low, because it's not consistent and you don't know if it's gonna reject or not. Just because it had one rejection doesn't mean it's gonna go that way. See, you have plenty of rejection that can happen, but still price can go the other way. You can have 10 rejections and the 11th one it's gonna break, so you never know. I wouldn't suggest trading that way. So yeah, you should have waited for a breakout here. USD/JPY is melting down. It's not waiting for anything. Let's see, maybe GU is gonna give us a setup right now. Let's wait for GU. Okay, Shubham, if you're not in a trade, then don't take it. I don't see a setup on GJ. Unless it breaks that resistance, I think you should stay away from it. Good that you didn't take it. And that's good. Adrian, wish you the best luck on GJ. UJ, there's no trade. It's gone. Big drop. 4-hour zone, 4-hour support. I think it's not for trading UJ for the moment. No trade there. We are waiting for GU. GBP USD. GBP USD is gonna give us a nice setup. Let's just wait and see. It's gonna be a good setup. 10 minutes left for the breakout, for the candle close. And looks like it's going to be a clean breakout, a strong breakout. It's already moved 10 pips above. This is what we like to see. Morning MCMG. Nicholas, thank you too. Happy to be able to help. Eric Nelson, waiting for a break on GU. K-Rap, welcome. Come back. Lopez, we don't know when GU is going to stop, but we know that it's going to give us a good breakout. And we don't want to stop it. We have plenty of room to go on GU to fill this range. It's a 60 pip range. I think this is a good range, good support or resistance to take our trade on, because every time you see price came here, there was a big move. When we broke below, we had a big move to the downside. Every time. So what can we expect once we break above? We can expect the same move to the upside if we do break above. But we need a good breakout, not like a small breakout indecision candle. That's what we don't like. We want a good break above. Once we have, we can enter on the retest. You can see the previous candle, how it got rejected. That tells you that you have a strong zone. But the next one now, current one, push through this. Let's see if it's going to be able to close above. I think the zone at 230 is still away. It's still too far. I think this is the major one. I think this zone here is the major zone that we need to focus on. We have another small zone here, but there's plenty of room to go. If we do get a break or retest, the next target should be this. Yeah, we'll see. GU. Well, GU gave a good retest here though. It gives retests. Sometimes maybe not, but most of the time. Watch out for the 4-hour zone on GU. What 4-hour zone? Let's take a look. I think this is the 4-hour zone for GU. It's the same level as it's on the 1 hour. Ruben, what's up? Thank you, I'm doing well. How about you? Yeah, GCAT can play out, but still I wasn't confident on it. It wasn't the best break and retest, so I didn't want to risk. Let's see how the 1 hour is gonna close now, and we can make a decision. If it does close like this, it's gonna be a small breakout. If it's gonna close like this, it's not gonna be the best breakout and retest. And most likely I'm gonna skip it if it doesn't give me a good retest. Until now, it's a green day. It's a blue day. No red yet. Kevin, like I said on EU, it's not the best resistance, only 2-3 candles that we have. And the thing is, you are reaching another zone here. So if you compare this daily zone with this 1 hour zone, which one would you take before? Would you take this retest knowing that you are coming from a daily resistance? I wouldn't. I wouldn't take it. So it's your choice, but you can see that price is reaching this daily zone, and it's pretty risky because we can have a big rejection maybe. Last time, look at the rejection. Another time, last time we hit the zone, another big rejection. Maybe it's gonna be the time for a break, but I wouldn't feel comfortable taking a retest here. I wouldn't. GU no trade. There is no trade. It didn't close like we wanted. It didn't close. Very weak close. We needed at least a temporary breakout, and it didn't happen. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens on the other pairs. EJ, I think I missed EJ. Okay, looks like still there's chance. If this comes for a retest here, we can take some EJ buys. But looks like it's already moving. I don't know if it's gonna give us a chance or not. Jason, send a chart please, and I'll see what USD CHF is doing. Send a chart just like Robert, and we can review it. Gbp USD, waiting for a break and retest. Target. Okay, Robert, you can wait for that. We were waiting for this zone. We're waiting for this zone to break, but it didn't, because we wanted a break above a retest and continuation to the zone that you're waiting for a break for. But since we couldn't break this, we're gonna have to wait. Gonna have to wait and see. EJ, let's see. EJ already pushed how many pips? Not too much, 6 pips, but the next target is almost there, and we wanted a retest before this move, and it didn't give us the retest. And that's the bad thing here. And now when price pushes all the way up and comes down for retest, that's not the ideal break and retest. Yeah, it's not gonna be valid anymore. It's almost 10 pips move. Unfortunately. Let's take a look at other pairs. UJ dropped really hard. See how it got rejected from this support. Let's go to 4 hour. 4 is the same. There are a lot of zones on UJ, so I think better we avoid it. And EA went perfect. It just couldn't close above. See, we got one rejection, second one. Now what we're gonna have to do is wait for a break above this. Once we have a break above, a retest and continuation. But this was a very nice move, like we expected. Okay, so we're gonna need a break above here. Unless we have a break above, there's no trade. Be patient. No, we have to be patient. Let's take a look at this chart. Gbp USD, you're already in. Okay, if you're already in, then protect your profits. Protect your profits. I didn't enter here because price came from resistance, and my resistance is just a little below this, where these candles are all closed, and this candle didn't close above it. And price here at this candle here was a rejection, and I didn't want to take this, even though it didn't make a good retest, only a small one, but like I said, it wasn't good enough for me. Can you take a look at this chart? Of course, let's take a look. Jill, I said before, I don't trade just because the price got rejected. What do you say about this zone? What about this zone here on GA? This can be a retest to continue up. See, price got rejected, closed below, made a small retest, rejection, created some rejections here. Price closed above. This can be a rejection to move up. So I don't see why we should sell this. It doesn't make sense for me, at least for me. If it does for you, then go ahead, take it. Okay, so for now I don't see a setup. For now looks like there's no setup. We have to wait. Gonna have to wait. Let me see if we have anything else. GJ still not able to break above this. There's still work to do. GCAT close above. There might be chances of continuation to the upside, but for now we are staying away from it. Yeah, looks like there's nothing for now. Good to hear that. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you, thank you. Okay guys, so now it's only 10 minutes since the hourly started, right? So we're gonna have to wait for another 15 minutes for candles to close to see if we're gonna get a breakout or not. So I think there's no point of staying in front of charts until the next hour. So I think I'm gonna go for now. And you guys gonna have to wait for the next hour. So do I. Until we have a breakout, there's no trade. So I think there's no point of staying in front of charts until the next hour. So I'm gonna have to go now. Thank you all for being here. Today was only 2 hours, but I think it's still enough. We did take a good trade. And for now there's no other setup. So why staying in front of charts for another hour? I think there's no need. So you have to go back on the charts after another hour. So for now I'm gonna have to go. Thank you guys. See you. YouTube, see you with my students. See you in a minute because I'm gonna be there all day. But I think there's no need for now to stay in front of charts. Thank you all. Leave a like and subscribe if you liked today's session. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Same time always.